Mr. B, we are back. Second month into relocating from China, you to England, me to Indonesia. And it looks like it's getting cold. Crypto winter is
Yeah,
definitely upon us.
no, it's perfectly warm. It's just my Jedi look.
Very nice. Very nice. Good to
No,
see you, mate.
it's not actually that cold. I just thought it'd be funny. It's getting chillier though, but
Right.
yeah, it's not too bad. It's nice. It's refreshing.
Okay. Well,
How
mate,
about you,
yeah,
Mr. B? Other
it's
Mr. B.
um it's warm. It's like what? I don't know, 26 to 30 degrees every day. We get some rain, but generally it's in the night when we're sleeping. And yeah, man, loads to get into today. So this is the second one we did. I'm hoping the audio will be a bit better, but I think next month even better. I'm using my decent webcam mic, not the one I do the vlogs on. Have you set up your computer like you said you were doing your DIY?
Not yet. No, still
Okay.
on the laptop. So I'll try and get on that. Get a better microphone.
So this is going to be, it'll get better progressively over the next few months. Right, well, let's jump straight into it then, mate. So this is month two, second month of us being apart from each other. How terrible. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm just going to go with this. You're in a conservatory. What's happened? Because
Oh
last time we
yes,
talked,
yeah, you
Air,
made
Air,
out.
yeah, Airbnb, you were funding Airbnb, and now that's changed. Yeah, you're in a different place.
Yeah, in the cottage. So we're renting a cottage until we can find a place to buy. So yeah, it's nicer to be here. Finally moved in. We had to wait for some furniture, mostly beds. So I've been slowly filling up the cottage with things that we need to use every day. But priority number one was beds for Kale and me. So yeah, beds are done. Sofas are on the way. Bought the
Oh,
cutlery, bought the plates, bowls, spoons,
wow.
cereal, bread, toaster, kettle. Yeah, it's funny, it's strange. It's like starting from scratch all over again.
Yeah.
Because obviously leaving China, I could have paid to bring absolutely everything back, but the cost of that would have been more than just buying new things like kettles and toasters and stuff like this. It's just not worth it. So yeah, most of the stuff in China, as you know, we either sold or we gave away, right? And
Yeah.
then you get to another country again and you've got to start all over again, as I'm sure you're experiencing too.
And the funny thing is, all that stuff you're buying now is probably bloody made in China.
Yeah.
Okay, mate. What was I going to say? I've got a few things that come off of that, but yeah, in terms of moving stuff. So we moved some boxes. You did you use a shipping agent in the end, mate?
Yeah, we did because there were certain things I wanted to
Yeah,
keep, like
of course.
computer monitors, a few things that we've bought in China that are memories,
Yeah,
some clothes because you can't buy all your clothes again. Things
yeah.
from Kale's school, but yeah, stuff that's not as cheap to replace.
And
But
has it
yeah,
arrived yet?
that's has yours arrived?
No, I was going to say,
Mine
has
hasn't,
your
no. But
okay?
then, to be fair, I did groupage, which means the shippers wait till they
Yeah,
can conglomerate with other shippers and
yeah.
fill up a shipping container, and then when they filled that up they send it out. So I got the call about 2 weeks ago to say they finally filled the container and they're going to
Okay,
ship it out,
okay.
so it should be here any day, I think.
And who did you use?
Asian tigers,
Okay, Asian.
because when I
Yeah,
first moved to Beijing, I worked for Schenker, a German company, doing the exact same thing actually in international removals. I was dealing with like CEOs and
yeah.
um, all sorts of people shipping their entire house, which was crazy to me. Like everything. So, and Asian Tigers were one of my competitors, so I knew that they were pretty good. I wanted a reliable one, not some tin pot company that's gonna smash and break and lose all my stuff.
Yeah, yeah. But Asian Tigers, I think that's ALS, right? Asian something.
No, no, literally just Asian Tigers. That's their name. I don't think
Uh,
it's not. I don't think it's abbreviated. How about
oh,
you? Did you send some stuff as well, right? Did it
well,
arrive?
I mean, I don't want to actually. No, I will. But we use
Go
this
on.
company, ironically called Trust Movers, and of
Oh,
course, Shanghai. That they were all very nice at
I
the
know where this
beginning.
is going.
Yeah, answered all the questions, said yes, it would get to Lombok. You know, I gave them all the address and I asked about hidden fees, and they said, oh, it'll only be the, because, you know, I don't know if yours will go through it, but it has to go through customs. And then you have to pay certain taxes and stuff like this on it, which is fine. But they also said it would arrive 2 months minimum. So that was good because we didn't need it. And then, of course, drop the dead donkey 3 weeks ago. It was like, oh, it's arrived in Jakarta now.
Oh, really? Oh, that was
Yeah,
quick.
Jakarta. So that's not where I am, of course. It's in
Yeah,
Indonesia, but
sure.
quite far away. And then suddenly I received an email, a contact from a shipping agent, their partner, not the same company, but in Jakarta, saying, oh, there's a massive load of shipping fees to pay. And she showed me an email from the company Trust Movers saying, oh, that's for him to pay, not for us to pay. And so what then became apparent was that basically, although this company were good price to start with, they obviously have a lot of things they don't tell you, even though you try to find out about them now. So we ended up paying even penalty fee, mate, for them not writing the manifest properly, which is
Oh,
not
no.
their job, not my job. So it was a complete, I mean, I put it on the vlog. If anyone's listening to this, do not use
Do not trust movers.
movers. Absolutely despicable.
Oh, that's a
And I've got
shame,
to
mate. That
pay,
sucks.
yeah, I got to pay also for it to come to Lombok. So we're looking at, man, we're looking at paying, we paid X amount, right, to move, and we're ending up paying exactly that amount again on top to get it here. So you basically double the price. So long story short, I would go with someone like, I mean, let's see if yours get there well. Asian Tigers.
Oh, Asian Tigers. I know you can trust them. They deal with big
Big.
people, so they're not cheap, but I know that they're
No, there you go. And I would say that it's worth paying more. And the service, mate, you know, now they'd always answer me straight away
reliable, and they
until,
deal with, because you know that's a palm it off to someone on the other end. You broke up a little bit then. I'm not sure what you said at the end there.
yeah, no, I was saying they were all very happy, you know, bells whistling at the beginning before the money was paid, answer the questions, everything. And then after money paid, this guy, Kashif, the sales agent, um, basically disappeared. And you know, you wait for like a week, 2 weeks for them to get back to you on the WeChat group. Terrible, man. Really not good. Let's just hope our stuff gets here. But in a way, I wish I didn't send it, but you know, like you said, it's sentimental stuff, pictures, books, some instruments. So we'll see. But I don't know if it was worth it in terms of the cash. Yeah. How much cubic meters did you send?
Two.
Okay, so that's pretty good. We sent 5.
Packed it really tight though. They were heavy. It's like super heavy. I'm amazed it was only 2, to be honest. But that's honest though. It's a good company.
Okay, right. Well, conclusion: Asian Tigers, you know, maybe, but definitely Trust Movers. No way. Are you there, mate? Sorry, it's breaking up, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, I'm back. Yeah, it's a bit of a today. Hey.
All right, well, no worries. So, okay, that's good. Well, I hope yours gets there fine. By the way, mate, you wouldn't believe this. You don't get this in England. I'm sitting on the computer waiting for you to finish in the toilet, and suddenly I hear this splash, and all this shit just fell onto this spray just here on the wall. And I looked up, And guess what it was? Literally shit, by the way. Like wet,
Oh, no,
splash,
really?
shit. Yeah.
You got a pangolin in the attic. I don't know.
Geckos,
A
shit,
badger.
man. Geckos.
Oh, there you
And
go.
I looked
Not a
up,
big one.
they're about this big little ghetto. I saw him fluttering his bum, and then he kind of like whizzed off into the apex of the roof. But it stank, man. I had to like so there you go. Geckos, they might be good for certain things, but you got to be careful because they poo, man. Of course they do, I guess. But I didn't know they'd pooed so much. So yeah, there you go. This is the pitfalls of living in a tropical island, man.
He was saving it up for you, especially. He was saving it up, especially for Bradshaw.
Do you reckon? Do you reckon it's lucky, like in England, if a pigeon shits on you, if a gecko shits on your head?
Absolutely, yeah. Indonesian luck.
Mate, I got to tell you something. Something funny. How we know we're in China, we always used to say things were the opposite. You know, Chinese like to have chicken with loads of bone in. We like just the breast. Chinese don't like the sun. We like to go out in the sun. All these kind of things. In Indonesia, what did we say in England about a dog, Anthony? A dog is a
Your best friend?
right, a man's best friend. That's kind of like our culture, right? That's how we roll. That's how we know them. Here,
Mm.
they are literally a man's worst friend. It goes back, it's biblical within the Quran, and I'm still doing some research on it. But dogs here are treated appallingly, like
Oh,
like
really?
like vermin. So you see a lot of them around, and you know they'll never have them in the home. And yeah, it's another big, you know, belief system flip. I'm not gonna you know, I'm not in any way being disparaging about this, but it's an interesting take. I think something in the Quran says something about them being how you say dirty or something like this, and it's been you can take many things in different ways, yeah. But it's very, very stuck belief here, even to the point if you move into a house and you rent it, they will not let you have a dog there. Cat's fine, but no dog or pigs.
Oh, wow.
Um, so
Oh, really? Cats.
yeah, yeah, interesting. But anyway, I'll look into that more. But it's just quite funny the opposites. Now, man, is your wife there? You've turned into a cartoon. Is your wife there? Is Lay there? Is she real? People want to know.
There's the story. No, the me. I'm not sure I can still.
Hang on, you're coming back.
Oh, hello. Are we back?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I don't know if that's just restarted it. It's recording. Let's carry on. Yeah,
Yeah,
Lay.
the English government really dragging their feet. You remember Iping and Gary? Well, Iping went with Lay
Yeah,
um,
yeah, in
the
Guangzhou.
same day. They actually went together and did their biometrics together. She got hers back a couple of weeks ago now, and Lay hasn't heard anything. She's getting quite distraught actually because they don't tell you anything. She should have got it 2 weeks ago because they said you will get it within 120 working days. That was a couple of
Right,
weeks ago.
right.
The landlord's hassling her to move out because they want to re-rent to someone else. So they pushed her for a deadline. So she thought, well, I'll definitely have it by the 8th of August. That's like nearly a month after I should have had it.
Yeah.
She booked a flight. Of course, that could be transferred, but you have to pay to change the flight. But she's done all that and still nothing. So yeah, it's getting a bit frustrating.
Oh man.
And of course, I rang them up, and typical government. Oh, mate, that was one of the funniest things. Kale was in stitches. One of the worst on hold recorded messages I have ever been subjected to in my life. This is a government helpline that you have to pay 69p per minute for, by the way.
In
So you
China?
not only do you have to pay, they taught no in England. So not
Oh,
only do you pay for a call, they torture you. They make you pay for torture. What it did was literally every 5 seconds, right? You know, normally you get some cheesy 80s music playing or something like that while you're on hold.
Like a bank,
something, anything like that would have been fine. But no, this one, every 5 seconds, it would just be a digitized voice. Please wait. Please wait.
Oh my
Please
God.
wait. Please wait. It was like, it's like when you're like stuck on that for 10-20 minutes paying. Oh mate, it was dry. I nearly threw my phone out of the window. It's funny getting that repetitive thing over and over again. It is literally mental torture.
Oh, mate.
I think they do it on purpose to make most people give up and just hang up.
Okay, so you got through and explained, and they said,
so got through, explained, and typical vague, it's been processed. That's all they would tell me. Don't know where it's been sent, when it's been sent, if it's been sent, whether or not a visa's been accepted. Just it's been processed. Just wait for an email. Thank you very much.
All right.
So yeah, hopefully she'll hear any day now. I hope.
Yeah. When's the flight booked for?
8th. But that's the other problem. China this week has
October
national holiday for the week, don't they? So the visa place will be shut all week. So that's putting it off another week that she won't hear anything. 8th of August, yeah. Sorry,
Anthony,
October.
It's October, not August. That was 2 months ago, Nini.
Yeah, now. It's in a few days. So,
Anthony.
she's probably going to have to go on.
Yeah, I was just saying, what's your name? Just repeat this. What's your name?
Anthony.
Right. And
Benton.
okay. And when did you leave China to come to England?
August.
Good. And what month is it now?
September. No, I changed it to October. Did it break
September. Up? It's not September. What month is it now?
Okay, now it's October. Yeah, sorry. What date is it? I don't know where I am.
Mate, you haven't been smoking, have you?
No, not yet. There's a funny story. Airbnb.
Yeah.
That was the last call, right?
Yeah.
I booked an Airbnb and then the next day found this place,
What
though I'd
man?
paid for a month in the Airbnb. Okay, so got to the Airbnb. First night, bunch of lads in an Airbnb upstairs because it was a kind of small block of apartments. Bunch of lads. I would go outside, windows open, weed smoke billowing out of the apartment, and it's like,
those are the days.
You smell that, which good for them. But they were, I don't know, they must have been so stoned. They were dropping things on the floor all night. How do you keep dropping something? And they were banging on the floor and partying until the middle of the night. And then I would get guys ringing my doorbell to let them in at 3 a.m. to let them in for upstairs. Cheeky buggers.
Old man Benton, did you go outside? I'm trying to sleep.
Well, I did actually to open the door for them, and then I realized that I've got the intercom. I could have just buzzed them in, but still 3 a.m, cheeky. Anyway, that was the first adventure. So that was a couple of sleepless nights because they were partying so hard. But the thing was, the advert for the Airbnb, all the pictures and everything showed a really nice, big, spacious apartment.
Yeah.
It even had write-ups nice high ceilings, like they do in China. All the apartments have really high ceilings. Mate, I walked into the apartment, banged my head on the light on the ceiling. Yeah, really high ceilings. The kitchen, it showed in the pictures a nice, big, spacious kitchen. The kitchen, when you open the kitchen door, the kitchen door almost bumped into the sink. It was small. It was like a cupboard. I had to open the door, walk in, shuffle around the door and close it so I could move around in the kitchen. It was tiny. It said high quality, comfortable furniture and furnishings. The bed was one of the lumpiest mattresses I've ever slept on in my life. I would lie on it and it would just go boing, and I could feel all the springs. It was terrible. So it was complete false advertising. So I wrote to them, the hosts, and to MB, and complained and said, look, this is ridiculous. Complete false advertising.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the other thing. TV was broken, smashed. So they've obviously had people partying in there. Also, we had an extra guest for the first night because there was a young lad, the family friends in China. They sent their son to England to go to a very fancy school.
Oh, yeah.
The road. So I had to look after him for a couple of nights. So he was going to get the sofa bed. Sofa bed was broken. Smashed TV. Apartment, nothing like it was advertised. So I complained to Airbnb. They wrote back and said, contact the host. So I contacted the host, said, look, I explained all these problems. Oh, sorry about that. We'll send someone round to repair the TV in the sofa bed tomorrow. Okay, well, that's a start. It doesn't really change the fact that the apartment is completely different to what you advertised.
Yeah.
Next day, nothing.
No.
Message them again. Next day, nothing.
Wow.
15 days until they sent someone round to do something. And every single day, I was writing to them and to Airbnb saying, what is going on? Like, I can't believe Airbnb is treating me like this. Like, you even have a thing, what did they call it? I can't remember. Some sort of insurance thing that specifically says if it's not what you were expecting, they will either refund you the money or put you in a different place.
Which you wanted.
Nothing. Even Airbnb, I started to think Airbnb support was just there to wind me up, because the one sent me a message, said, can we call you now? I was like, yes, please. Nothing. Next day, I wake up and I have another message saying, oh, Mr. Benton, we tried to call you, but you didn't answer. Looked at the message time, 3 a.m. Yeah, you tried to call me at 3 a.m. when I'm sleeping. You said call me now at 9 o'clock, not at 3 a.m.
Where were they calling you from? Was it from India or?
I think Asia.
Because, Pakistan.
Well, eventually, anyway, to cut a long story short, I was hassling the hosts, and the most came back with was we'll give you 5% of the first 15 days that you didn't have a TV and a sofa bed back. And
unbelievable.
I'm like, you're joking. I said, give me 100% back for false advertising and for not doing anything about it. And then they came back and said, okay, 10%. Like, no, 95%. And they're like, no, management said 10% is our best offer. I said, no, you're having a laugh. And then they said, okay, 15%. Eventually got them up to 20%.
Jeez.
And then, funnily enough, I said, oh, by the way, you should probably know, I do a travel podcast with my friend.
Yeah.
And then the next day, Airbnb called me. After that message. Funny, huh? Bit strange. And so I had a nice chat, really friendly guy. I think he was in Vietnam or somewhere. And he was very apologetic, said, all right, we'll sort you out. We'll get you the 20% back for the days that you've been there. And if you want to leave now, we'll refund you the rest of the money and you can leave. And it's like, okay, finally, okay, done. But like, it took 17 days, I think, for them to finally do something, which to me was just mind blowing. I couldn't believe how I was treated. It was just bizarre.
The funny thing is, that is exactly the same emotional situation, response, lack of empathy, unprofessionalism that I went through with trust movers. So I don't know if, just quite interesting energy spectrum that hit both of us in the same sense. But did you get to leave Airbnb then? Did you get to leave?
Yeah. They processed I mean, that was kind of lucky as well, because the beds had turned up here. So at least I didn't have to pay for a full month. So in a way, it's kind of cool, because I got to stay in an Airbnb for the time that I needed, even though it wasn't what was advertised. And rather than having to pay for a full month, at least I got half the money back and just moved in here. So in a way, it was a kind of a blessing in disguise. But
there you go, man.
Had the apartment been what they said, I would have had to stay there for the month. So yeah, it's good in a way.
Well, that's good. That's good. I mean, and our shipping is we found a place to live. Maybe at some point you can do a little tour of your little cottage. Did you take it on 6 months? Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they'll rent as long as we want. Because I took it remotely and hadn't actually seen it, I was a bit nervous signing a longer contract.
Yeah, right.
Not knowing what it was actually like. But it's pretty nice. Nice little garden, which that's what I've been doing a lot lately, actually, is tidying up their garden. That whole side there was masses of actually a blackberry bush, which was kind of nice. I picked a few blackberries, but it was way too overgrown. They had huge, long, I don't know, what do you call them?
Brambles.
With massive thorns on them, the biggest thorns I've seen. Man, my arms got shredded clearing away most of that.
Wow. Good bit of exercise.
The previous occupants didn't take care of the garden at all. So I've been doing a lot of gardening, which is kind of fun.
Oh, that's good, mate. Good to get your hands in the earth. Well, just before we finish, because we're going to get cut off, I think, soon, like we did last time. So
tell me about you. Tell me more of your adventures.
We've been exploring the island of Lombok. We went up to the Gillies, the tropical islands and the Gillies, and
Nice.
Sengigi on the west coast, which was the first kind of like tourist town. It's like a ghost town now. It's strange. It's kind of had its heyday. And
really?
yeah, but the Gillies are beautiful, swimming with turtles. The kids are fine. They've had their bouts of eye infections, belly infections, ear infections. We've all gone through it. All I will say is to anyone, best to just watch the vlog, because I just released it yesterday. I don't want to bore you with all of it. I know you won't watch it, but you should watch it because that'll give you a good update on everything. Is there a room available for me in your house? Yes or no, if I come and stay?
Yeah, sure, mate.
Brilliant. There you go. And then we found a place, mate. It's really hard to find.
Do you need to come back for something, or
no? I just thought, in the future, just to make sure you thought about
of course,
me.
Mate. You and me are the kids. I mean,
maybe not. Yeah.
It's a small place. We've got one spare room. I deliberately bought a nice spare bed. I've ordered some really nice sofas, super big and crazy comfortable. They're so deep. I can't wait to get them. I guess the kids could.
IKEA?
Well, no, proper good sofas. Yeah, they weren't cheap. Really nice ones. They're epic.
Nice.
Not crazy expensive, but like proper good sofas. Really big and deep and soft and comfy. Yeah, looking forward to getting those.
Okay, that's great. Well, anyway, you never know. One day you'll either be here first or we'll be there first. We'll just have to see how it goes.
Yeah, mate. Well, welcome anytime.
We found a place. We signed a contract to live for a year in Kuta, but we can't move there till Miwa's birthday on the 20th, funny enough, because it's being rented for a few months next week for the Mandalika Superbike Championships.
Oh, wow.
So what does that mean?
That's Kuta in Lombok, right? Not Kuta in Bali.
Not Kuta, Bali. Bloody hell, I wouldn't live there, with all due respect to people in Kuta in Bali. So we're going to have a few weeks. We're going to be pushed out of this place. This is where I spoke to you last time, because literally, mate, the whole town fills up with sponsors and various people for the events, riders and stuff. We got 10 minutes. That's good. We got 10 minutes. So we're going to bail out of here in a couple of weeks, and we just thought we're going to do a trip to Sumbawa. Sumbawa is an island to the east of Lombok. The boys are picking up surfing. We've done a few surf lessons, and I got to say, I can't believe I've waited for this long in my life to stand on a surfboard. But have you ever done it?
Great, isn't it?
Oh,
yeah,
mate.
Dude, I surf loads. I started surfing in Newquay in Cornwall in the freezing Atlantic in the middle of the winter.
That's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah, I've surfed lots. Well, I've surfed in Bali as well. Yeah, man, I love surfing.
So, when you come out here, we'll have to go out and catch some waves, mate.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah, mate.
Something about sitting in the water, feeling,
Yeah.
waiting for the wave is part of my favorite part as well. Feeling the
Yeah.
other waves roll through your legs and
Yeah.
feeling the energy of the earth push through. Well, the energy of the universe, right?
Heartbeat, mate. Heartbeat of the world.
Rolling through your feet, and then
Yeah.
getting feeling the energy of nature propelling you. Yeah, I love it, man. I love the sea. Just I love doing anything in the sea.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's been a good start. We're gonna keep pushing
Cool.
that. It's great exercise.
Yeah,
What else
glad you like it.
what else has been happening? Yes, we found the place. That's good. Let's talk about feelings, man. I mean, obviously Lay's not there, your wife. How's Kale doing? He started school, right?
Yeah, good. He said his first day was great. He was really happy. He said he made loads of friends on his first day.
So all good,
So
mate. Yeah.
yeah, we're enjoying it. It's fun actually. I bought a car, bought a nice little Golf, like
Hey.
4 or 5 years old, turbo diesel. It's a really great condition. I bought it from an official VW dealer, and they only sell secondhand cars that they know are good because
Right.
it's guaranteed for 2 years. MOT's covered, service covered. So I know for 2 years it's completely safe. Because
So
obviously, when you buy a used car, if you buy it from a private person, you never know what you're going to get, right? So,
yeah.
but yeah, it's a great little car. I always like Golfs anyway.
Yeah, I
So
used to have a
yeah,
Golf.
it's a really good condition. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
good cars.
Yeah, good
And I
guys.
didn't want to spend lots of money on a car,
Come
and
on,
it
let's go.
wasn't cheap
How
anyway.
much was it? How much was it? About.
It was about 12,500, but
Okay.
on with all the extras on top, it ended up about 14,000
So, but you can just buy it on
British
credit, right,
pounds.
Anthony? It's cheap to buy it on credit, isn't it?
I just paid it out, just got it
Fair enough.
done.
Well, funny, you're looking for a car. You bought a car. So we're tomorrow. I'm off to Mataram, which is the main city in Lombok, to potentially buy two motorbikes. Because
I was
we're
going to say a
renting.
little scooter.
Yeah, I mean, couldn't bring the one from China with me, could I? So we've got to do that again, and we'll put it under the business as an expense. But I'm going to get two, and
Cool.
later on, I'm going to get myself a proper bike.
One for you, one for Zach.
Yeah, yeah. He actually just went. He just went riding today with me. I let him go on the scooter on his own, so that was
Oh,
cool.
really?
I managed to not. Yeah, we went to some football pitch just in Araguling. Oh man, there's so much to tell. It's just not. It's hard to fit it all in, isn't it? But okay, so you got your car. We're hopefully going to get our motorbikes, and then we're going to take them to Sumbawa. We're going to drive up to the port, take them on the slow boat, and drive down to the bottom of Sumbawa Island and surf there for a few weeks. Sounds perfect,
Nice.
doesn't it?
Does, yeah. I'm jealous.
Well, hang on. Four kids, remember. It
Yeah.
doesn't. It's not all as easy as that, right? We don't just sit
Yeah,
there and
that's part of
surf.
the adventure, though.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, mate. So, but all good though in terms of. I mean, I'm really. We've been mates for a long time, and I'm really pleased. That you did this move. I think it was just the right time for you guys. And apart from all the challenges like Airbnb, but you're happy, yeah? How do you
Oh,
feel?
yeah. I'm actually really enjoying being back. I was worried that it was having been in Asia for so long, like
Yeah,
18 years. I thought coming back would be like the opposite culture shock. Like going to China for the first time was not, it never shocked me. I was always open minded anyway, but you know what they say, a culture shock, right? It's so different. I thought I was going to get the reverse coming back again. I mean, there are some things, sure. It's like being in a time machine, to be honest. A lot's changed. Like chocolate bars are 5 times the price and
I
half the
know.
size.
I know, mate. Yeah.
It's crazy, and things
Crisps.
are expensive. Things have changed. Cultures. So it's the same in many ways, but there's micro changes as well in the way people are and what they talk about and what you can and can't say and stuff like that. It's a bit strange. Well, you know what? It's all this cancel culture and you know, for me, Britain's famous for its comedy. That's what
Yeah.
Britain should be. It's culture, and it's comedy. That's you can't beat Britain for that. Some of the best music and best comedy in the world. And when comedy comes under attack for what people say, that to me is crossing a line. You know, it's comedy, it's a joke, it should be fun. You know,
Yeah.
The point of comedy is pushing the boundaries. You know, they challenge reality and challenge the status quo and what's acceptable and what isn't. You know, but it's just a joke. As long as you're not being hateful or, you know, deliberately disrespectful or nasty to a group, you know, if it's just done in humor, you know, you don't need to challenge that. But so yeah, that's a bit odd.
Yeah.
But yeah, just little things. It's like literally like entering a. We'll get onto that in the next episode, maybe. Me entering my time machine.
Yeah, and in a lot of ways, you know, when we were back in England for lockdown, we got stuck there, down in Plymouth. There's a lot of things that England's behind in, that, you know, kind of places like China are just a bit more advanced in, right? Just technologically now, I see, you know, like
Yeah, it's
paying.
weird, right? You'd expect it to be the other way around, but it's not.
And then what I was going to say, well, since we spoke, a couple of big things on the mainstream pantomime stage. Of course, we've had QE2, not the boat, but the human woman, has passed on. Well, they announced it finally, in my opinion, but there you go. She's passed on. So that was a big thing,
Yeah,
right?
that was a big bit of news coming back. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the other thing is you get this woman, much like my shipping company, Truss Movers. What's she called? Liz Truss.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez. I mean, another
Her
World
name,
Economic Forum
yeah,
trained
sounds a bit too
stooge.
much like trust, doesn't it?
Ridiculous. Come on. Elephant in the room, mate. It really is.
Do we trust Liz Truss?
Well,
Just another, just another pawn in the game of corporations, huh?
yep, absolutely. So that's going on. But yeah, for me, mate, I mean, we're still I think we bring this back. We've got 2 minutes left. It's only 2 months. I think the culture shock you said you haven't got yet, I think we will get at some point, but it takes a while. I think we got to give this a 6 month cocktail, you know, and just kind of see how it goes through. Because at the moment we're everything's new, right? In a way, like we look at it in a
Yeah,
different perspective.
yeah, true. Yeah, the novelty
So
factor.
yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see over the 6 months. I mean, like Miwa and I were saying, the kids, like we're all getting like infections because the microbes, we're not used to all the bacteria here. It's different from China, it's different from England, and you need like 6 months to get the immunity, right? Your body needs to build up the immunity to the specific things here. So all these little things, these updates, viral updates that we need to get are just kind of ongoing, and you've got to yeah. You picked up any new viruses since you've been back home?
Not yet, touch wood.
Well, I'm looking forward. Hopefully next month, Lay will be on there. We've got less than 1 minute. So
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, well,
yeah,
good to see you again, mate.
yeah,
Give my love to Miwa and the boys.
will do, mate. Give Kale a pat on the back for me. Well done at school.
Yeah, we'll do.
And we'll catch up next month, yeah?
Yeah, for sure, mate. Definitely. It's good to see you again.
Yeah.
Look
Lots of
forward to
love.
hearing your next month of adventures.
Yeah, mate. Nice one. Lots of love, man. And remember, don't eat chili.
Yeah, peace and love to you and anyone that's listening.
Chili con carne. Be careful. See you later. Bye, mate.
Sure,
Thank
mate.
you. Cheers, mate. Lots of love. Bye-bye.